Good morning, guys. This is Yvette with Inspirational Creations out in San Benito, Texas, and it's been a while that I have shared a video tutorial. It's been a pretty good long year of being a caregiver to my husband, who was diagnosed or tested positive for the West Nile virus. It is a virus that is infected by a mosquito bite, so please take precautions, guys. This virus does infect the brain and the nervous system, so I haven't been able to record or work on crochet products, or pretty much not much. But I think I'm back, and my husband's not able to work at this time, so I'm going to find ways to earn a dollar. And anyhow, crocheting, it has always been a passion, and it pretty much relaxes me, and I just enjoy it. Today, what I'm going to show you guys is how to make this stitch. It's what you call, according to Nana from Nana Hobby Crochet's channel here on YouTube, she calls this a bend stitch. That's pretty much what I hear her say. She has an accent. I believe she's from South Korea. I'm not sure. But I stumbled onto her channel because a cousin of mine asked me if I knew how to crochet a handbag, a clutch handbag for a friend of hers who is getting married. So she wants to give her something that is handmade. Well, I said I can try, and most of the time I like to crochet using patterns. Sometimes I make my own little patterns. I come up with my own little patterns and I write them down. But this is a stitch I have never made, and well, I stumbled onto this channel, Nana Hobby Crochet's channel, and she uses this stitch to make a beautiful, beautiful clutch handbag. It's, I believe, called a wedding purse. I will provide the link to her channel if you guys would like to follow her and make a purse. Make the same purse, the purse that I also made. But of course, she uses, instead of yarn, she uses what you call macrame craft cord. It's very durable versus 100% cotton or even acrylic yarn. I usually use the acrylic yarn to make things like this, this little cupcake pincushion, dolls, things like that. But she does say on her comments, she does say there that if you're not going to use the cord, use thick cotton yarn. But this is the yarn or the cord that I bought at Hobby Lobby. It's called Bonnie Craft Cord, but it is super bulky, and hers is not super bulky. So she uses a 3.5 millimeter hook and a 2.0 millimeter hook. I had to use a bigger hook. I think I still used, let me see, I used this hook right here. Yeah, I used the 3.5 millimeter hook to make this swatch, but it's so bulky that it's kind of tricky. But anyhow, try to find the macrame cord, and I believe if you go to her channel, she provides a link to the brand Ice, and she has that link for you or anyone that wants to purchase the cord that she uses to make her purses. Anyhow, let me share with you a purse I made. Here it is. It is so beautiful, guys. Oh my gosh, I just love the stitch. I love the stitch. I just really enjoyed making this purse. It is, I don't know, I'm amazed because I actually made it. So anyhow, she's the one that shared this idea where you stitch on the ring. It's a stretchy ring, and you put your finger right through that ring. So when you're holding the bag, you're gonna hold the bag, you know, like so. And she also put some little clasps, and we also put some fabric on the inside. You see that? It's kind of hard for me to show you guys, but this is it. Hers is a little, I think, longer, like this. And it might be a little, maybe shorter in width. And I think the reason is because I'm using a bulky craft cord and she used a more lighter craft cord. But again, like I said, I will provide the link to her channel, to Nana Hobby Crochet's channel, so that you can follow her, support her channel, and go take a look at the beautiful purses, the handbags that she makes. But anyhow, this is the reason why I'm going to I decided to do this tutorial was because, yes, I want to do something. I want to share something. I want to try to, you know, work on my channel, try to build my channel, and hope that I can bring in some more followers and just share some things. But anyhow, I'm going to show you how to make this stitch really quick, and you will love it. You can do a lot of things with this stitch. Okay, so let's do it really quick. This is the little swatch, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and use the 100% cotton. And this is, again, the cord that I used. It's a super bulky craft cord that you can find at your local craft store. Again, I'm from San Benito, Texas, and the local craft store near me is Hobby Lobby. And they did not have the yarn or the cord she used to make her purse. I found this in the craft department, and again, it is a super, it says right here, it's super bulky. It's the number 6 yarn, and they use a pretty good big hook, and it tells you right here what it's perfect for. Look at that, the perfect cord for all fiber crafts, knotting, crocheting, knitting, and weaving. It's very durable, and I think it's perfect for the purses, for the handbag purses. Okay, so what Nana did to make this swatch, she says to change, just to make the swatch so that you can just practice. Okay, I'm using, of course, a 3.5 millimeter hook, and this is 100% cotton. And what Nana did, she says that depending on the width of your purse, you need to crochet a multiple of 12. So what she did to do the swatch, she chained 12. She chained 12, and she added 3 more. Okay, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So to make a swatch this size, you have to chain 12 and then chain another additional 3. 1, 2, and 3. And if you don't know how to make a chain, guys, I believe I have a tutorial that will show you how to make a chain. I started making tutorials, and then of course I get so busy here at home that I just don't make time, or I don't have time to sit down and make a tutorial. But you can go find that tutorial that I will show you how to make a chain. In order to crochet, of course, you have to learn how to make a slip knot and how to make a foundation chain, because pretty much this is you have to know how to make a chain in order to even create anything. Okay, so what Nana does, she made these additional 3 chains because she's going to actually skip these 3 chains, and she's going to double crochet, or I'm going to show you double crochet. You skip 1. Remember, this is the working loop, so you skip this chain 1, 2, and this chain right here. Okay, so you're going to go into the 4th chain from the hook, and you're going to insert your hook into that chain, and you are going to make a double crochet. So just kind of pull up a bit and make a double crochet. Okay, you might want to pull on some of your yarn because it's kind of hard. Okay, so then to make this bin stitch, or this little puff stitch, however you want to call it, she calls it a bin stitch. You see this little opening right here? These are the 3 chains we skipped. This is the double crochet that we made into the 4th chain from the hook. You will make a stitch in there, but you're going to yarn over the hook, insert your hook into that space, yarn over the hook and pull up, kind of making sure that this loop here is pretty much the same height as these. That's 1. Yarn over the hook, insert your hook again into that space, yarn over the hook and pull up again. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops. One more time, yarn over the hook, insert it into that space right there, yarn over the hook and pull up again. And like Nana says, make sure this is as loose as possible. Not too loose, but you don't want it too tight, because then you're going to have a hard time. This hook, you want to pass it right through all those loops. So you want to draw it close, through the loops. So now we're going to just wiggle it through. Let me see if I did that right. You see what I'm saying? So, gotta do it again, guys. Okay, so that's the 1, 2, and 3. Let's try it again. Remember, guys, we crochet because we're having fun, right? There's no such thing as perfection. Okay, so now we're just going to kind of wiggle it through. There we go. You see? Cool. Okay, so now we're going to yarn over the hook, and we are going to skip this chain, right? Because this is the one that we made the double crochet. Skip this chain and insert your hook into the following chain. And here we're going to also make a double crochet. Yarn over the hook, insert your hook into the next chain, and you're going to make another double crochet. There you go. Now you have a space again. So we're going to yarn over the hook, and we're going to insert our hook into that space. And we are going to repeat what we did over here. So that's 1. That's 2. And 3. Yarn over the hook and just wiggle it right through those loops. We did it. Yay. Okay. Yarn over the hook. Skip a chain. Insert your hook into the next chain. And make a double crochet. So that's all you're doing. You're just repeating this pattern. So you see our little bin stitches. Yarn over the hook. Go into the next chain. make a double crochet. Again, you have a space in between these two double crochets, right? So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into that space. We're going to pull up. Just try not to be too tight. You want to make sure that your hook can, draw through the loops. Yarn over the hook, insert it into that space, pull up. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little loops. Yarn over the hook, back into that nice little space, pull up, yarn over the hook, and draw through all those 7 loops. Somehow get them through. There we go. Yarn over the hook, skip this chain right here, and insert into the next. Yarn over the hook, pull up, make your double crochet. And if you don't know how to make a double crochet, you're just learning to crochet, I have a tutorial as to how to make a double crochet. Yarn over the hook, go into the next chain, make a double crochet. So we're going to repeat again. Space, yarn over the hook, insert your hook into that space, pull up a little bit. See that? I leave a little room. You see? Yarn over the hook, insert it into that space, pull up again, yarn over the hook, go back into that space, and here we go again. 7 little loops. Yarn over the hook and just draw right through those. You can get it in there. Sometimes I have a hard time getting it in there. I think it's just, the fibers of this yarn. Okay, so at the end of every row, there should be only 2 little chains left. And I think that's why she says, depending on how wide you want your purse or handbag, when you chain, she says to chain in multiples of 12 plus 3. So, because you want to make sure there's always going to be 2 chains at the end of the row. And you yarn over, because what she does is she skips this chain, and into the last chain, she makes a double crochet. So every row there should be 2 chains so that you can make a double crochet. So now we're going to turn our work. So you chain, sorry, 1, I think she changed 3. I'm not sure, 3, but I'll let you know. Yes, she changed 3. Yarn over the hook. This is a little tricky here. So, like Nana says, be patient. We got to be patient. So if you kind of bring this facing you, the top, so you can see the stitches, you will see that this right here, you see the little V right here? If you insert your hook in there, into that top stitch, it's actually on top of the bend stitch. So there she makes a double crochet, just like that. So now you know how you had chained 3 before you turned your work, you changed to 3. Now you have a space again there. I believe that's what, yes. So sometimes I get confused too, guys. 1, 2, and 3. Remember, we're just having fun here, okay? There's no perfection here. I'm even learning myself. Okay, draw through all those loops. You've made another bend stitch. Yarn over the hook, and then you are going to insert your hook on top of this double crochet. So there it is. You can see it if you turn it. This is where you're going to insert your hook, right here, right there, and you make a double crochet, and over the hook, and then you are going to insert your hook right here on top of the bend stitch. See, it's right on top of all this little bulk of loops, just like that. I think I'm doing this right. We'll figure it out. Okay, back into that space again. That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. Again, draw through all those 7 loops. Yarn over the hook, insert your hook on top of this double crochet stitch, which is right here. Insert your hook right into that top stitch. Make a double crochet. Let me see if it's looking right. Yarn over the hook, insert your hook right on top of the bend stitch, which is this little bulk of loops. Insert your hook there, yarn over the hook, and go ahead and make your double crochet. Okay, here you have a space again. Pulling on some of this yarn here. Then yarn over the hook, go into that space, up, pull up, and pull up. Yarn over and go right through all those little loops. Yarn over the hook. Here again is your double crochet. So here is the stitch, the top stitch of it, the little 2 V's. Yarn over the hook, make your double crochet, yarn over the hook, and here's again the bend stitch, and here is the top stitch of it right here. Yarn over the, yarn over the hook, make your double crochet, and then here you remember the chain 3, remember that? There's 1, 2, and 3. You're going to make a double on top of that 3rd chain right here. And make your double. So far we've done... Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. See? Here's this space here. We have to make another bend here. See? Again, guys, we're just having some fun here. Let's go back into this space and let's do the same thing we've been doing. It's just inserting our hook in that space 3 times so that we can get all these little 7 loops on the top. Yarn over the hook and draw through all the loops. Then you yarn over the hook, insert your hook on top of that 3rd chain right here, and make your double crochet to complete that round. Like that. So far, so good. And if you practice by making a little swatch, here's another one that I did. This is a little more. Nana made a swatch, but with only 4 little bend stitches. I just did it for practice. And then of course I used the craft cord because it's durable. I just love it. Okay, so here again, We've already made 2 rows of the bin stitch. Again, this is just a swatch just to practice, and like Nana says, don't lose patience. If you are determined to make this stitch, make a swatch, practice, make 7, 10 rows. Okay, so here I double crocheted into the, on top, you know, I inserted my hook into the third chain of that 3 chain that I made. Turn your work, yarn over the hook, and you're going to insert your hook into the stitch that's right above this little bulk of loops, which is your bin stitch. And you're going to do the same thing, double crochet. And then yarn over the hook. Okay, guys, I'm just trying to focus here. Go into that space again. I'm doing it 3 times. So just make sure there's 7 little loops and draw right through all those loops. Yarn over your hook, and here is a double crochet. So this is the stitch, the stitch above the double crochet. Make a double, yarn over the hook. Again, this is the little bin stitch. If you just turn it towards you this way, you can see that the stitch is right there. Insert your hook in there, yarn over, make a double crochet, and then we are going to yarn over the hook, insert your hook into that space. You're going to do it 3 times, like so. And then draw through all the loops. Yarn over the hook. Here's your double from the previous round. Here's the top stitch of it. And make a double crochet. Yarn over the hook. Here's your little bin stitch, your little puff stitch. Turn it towards you so you can see the stitch, and this is it right here above it. Insert your hook, yarn over the hook, insert your hook into that space between those 2 double crochets. Make a double crochet, and here's a space again. Oops, what? Oh no, I'm messing up, guys. I'm messing up. Distraction here. Again, yarn over the hook, space. We're going to go in there again and pull up 1 time. Go into that space again. Pull up, yarn over the hook, go back into that space, pull up, draw through all the loops. I don't know what I'm thinking, guys. Yarn over the hook. From the previous round, here's your double crochet. So if you turn it towards you, this is the stitch we want right here, the little V. It's right above that crochet or that double crochet. Make your double crochet here. Yarn over the hook. Here's your little bin stitch, puff stitch. Kind of turn it towards you right here, and you'll see that there it is right there. So you insert your hook right into that stitch and make a double crochet like so. And before you make your double crochet into this 3rd chain from the hook, don't make the mistake that I did on the other end. Don't leave this space empty. You want to go insert your, yarn over the hook, insert it into that space, pull up, yarn over the hook, insert it into that space, pull up, yarn over the hook, go into that space and pull up. So you have 7 little loops, yarn through them all, draw through them all, I'm sorry. Yarn over the hook, and 1, 2, 3, the third chain from the hook. Just insert your hook right into the top of that chain and make a double crochet. Just like that. Okay, so far that's what we have. As you can see, look at that. If you can make this stitch, practice and learn, then you can go to Nana's channel and learn how to make this beautiful handbag. It's just beautiful. Look at that. Of course, I used craft cord, a super bulky craft cord, to make that handbag. And that's all you've got to do. Just continue, again, practice. You're going to chain 3 every time you complete a row, because when you turn your work at the very end of each row, you're always going to make a double crochet into the third chain of that chain you made. Not the first, second, but the third. And my advice is continue making rows. You might want to unravel, start over again. Again, Nana says to chain multiples of 12 and then add 3. So, I'm sorry, of 4 chains. Multiples of 4. So she did 4, 4, and 4, which is 12 chains. Then she added 3 chains to make the swatch. But to make the handbag, she, I believe, chained 35, and then she added 3. So you might want to go to her channel. And again, I will provide the link to her channel below this video, and you guys can go check out her work, support her channel, and find the tutorial that she shares making the purse. I believe it's labeled wedding purse, and check it out. And thank you guys for spending time with me. I'm gonna try to do a little more stuff for you guys, just so we can do some little things together. So you guys have yourselves a great day, and God bless. Bye-bye.